Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Opportunities Overcome. I'm Dr. Barbara Payne. Welcome back. So let's talk about how the enemy gets triggered when we're calm. A lot of times the enemy is triggered because we're calm and waiting on God to help us out in our situations and things like that. So a lot of times, the enemy, when he see what triggers the enemy is he doesn't have control of what he wants to do in our lives. See, for years and years in my life, the enemy had control in my life. And he had me walking in a lie. He had me thinking that what I was doing was right. And on top of that, he had me thinking that to settle for the lie in my life. Again, I keep saying this, over and over again, that, for so many years, I was brought up on lies. I didn't know the truth. And when God showed me the truth, the enemy didn't have control of my life any longer, and that's a blessing. So you're going. That is going to trigger the enemy. The enemy strives on when we panic. He strives on when we react. He strives on our urgency. He wants us to be so anxious that you know he just wanna be in our lives. But when you choose God in your life, oh yeah, it triggers the enemy. And for so many years, when God was taking me out of certain situations in my life, it triggered a lot of people. And when it triggered the people, I used to ask God, but isn't this what we're supposed to do? And the very same people that it triggered, they was telling me to do right. And then when I finally wanted to do right, they got triggered when I was doing right. But you was telling me to do right. And I'm just like, what? So I was just so confused. And it's sad because the enemy will put you in that situation because he wants to control in your life. So when you let go of the control of the enemy trying to control you, he's upset. And it's the trigger. And it comes out in people. Okay. So that's why it feels like pressure, increases. If the pressure increases, and when you stop reacting on the enemy's triggers, okay, silence irritates him, and he wants to control you. So he gets upset because you're silent and you're not responding to his triggers. And that happened to me, so many years. When God was, again, like I said, when God was getting me out of certain situations, that was happening. The enemy was triggered because, I didn't want him, to control certain situations in my life. The devil is a lie. So do not let people, when you're doing right and you know it's right and you heard from God telling you it's right, don't let people distract you or things distract you and control you back to the enemy's thinking and what the enemy wants to do in your life. Okay? Because again, the devil is a liar and he would trick you and make you thinking that you're wrong. This time you're wrong and you're right. When you're in God, you're right. When you serving God, you in the right place at the right time, and he will show you where to go in the continuance in his righteousness. Okay, so let's look at Second Timothy 1 verse 7. Second Timothy 1 verse 7 says, for God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. Okay, that's a blessing. Okay, so when relation, I'm excuse me, when control comes in, you lose power. I can't even get it out. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm tongue tied. But control wants power. A lot of times when you see people, wants to try to control you and things like that, that's the power. They're trying to, listen to the enemy and trying to take back power. And then so, so outrageous of the enemy's lies. A lot of people who wants to control you don't even know why they want to control you, because they haven't got truth themselves. So they working out on a lie on top of a lie on top of a lie. They wants to control you and don't even know why they controlling you. Come on, y'all. Think about it. Okay. So confusion again, and that comes with confusion. Okay. So confusion is loses influence. Okay. The devil is not influencing you from his lie on top of his lie on top of his lie. Because most, again, I'm gonna say this again, most people that wants to control you don't even know the reason why they're controlling you or want to control you. Okay. Intimidation lose its grip. So the enemy will come will try to intimidate you, okay, and try to make you feel like, I'm mad, so I'm gonna, and the devil, again, the devil is a liar. Okay. Don't let the devil intimidate you into something that you know is not right. And let me let me really give you some truth, okay? To God be the glory. The enemy will have you thinking the intimidation is supposed to bring you back to the lie. And the person he's using or people he's using don't even know what they're intimidating. Again, they don't even know what they're controlling. They don't even know what they're intimidating, but they're just using it, and they don't even got their life in order. Think about it. The people who's intimidating you or try to control you don't even have their life in order. They're not living in Second Timothy 1 verse 7. They're not living in this, they're living in the spirit of fear, but they're not living in power. They're not living in love. They don't even have a sound mind. Do they even know what a sound mind is? So we have to stop letting the enemy tell us lies with intimidation and don't even know what he's doing. It's sad. It's sad. So we gotta let the calmness in God, being calm, being still in God, trusting in God, be the tactic, be the tactics. You know, we gotta trust in God, okay, fully, not just halfway, but fully, okay, and that's let the enemy get triggered. Okay. Let the enemy feels like he gotta push harder to get our attention. Let the enemy feel like he has to keep, trying to, say he's right. Don't let him do it. Okay. Trust God because only God can show us the truth of the matter. A lot of times we miss the mark because we're caught up in the intimidations, the control, the manipulation. That's the word I was trying to use earlier. We get so caught up in the lies that we don't even sit still and see God's truth. Because there's truth to the matter of it all. But the enemy don't want you to see it because he wants to feel like he's greater, and but he's not. Don't make him greater in your life. Make God greater is he, God, in you, not the enemy. Greater is God in you. That's how you will see the wisdom, the truth, the understanding of it all, the truth of the matter. Okay? So stay calm, okay? Don't lose your ground standing on God's word. Don't lose your focus on God, okay? Let God be in control. God is in control, not the enemy. Okay. I love y'all. And thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the subscribers. Thank you. To God be the glory. May God bless each and one of you. Okay. And feel free to comment. Feel free to comment. You know, this is an open platform. Okay. Where you're able to comment. And if you need prayer, go into our website Opportunities to Overcome, and there's a link where you could leave your information. You don't have to go into detail, but you can leave your information, and we will receive it, and we will pray for you. Okay. I love you all, and again, may God bless you, and don't let the enemy be in control of your life. God is in control. Okay. Love you all. See you in the next video. Bye.